Afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in or wherever you're watching me from. This is Maju TV show live Motaborea Umberetie Thraku broadcasting for you live all the way from Kingdom of Bahrain. Welcome to this show of today, the show of Together We Are One. Our discussion today, we're gonna talk about 3 different kind of white wine. Now, what is wine? Because this is the normal question that people they always ask. Some people they normally say wine is not good. Some people they normally say you know, there are those questions people they always ask themselves. What is wine? And which kind of wine should you go? Which kind of Some of us, we normally love to have a glass of wine, but we may not understand which kind of wine should we go for, because each and every wine, they are not the same, they are totally different, and each and every wine represents itself in a very different way. There are so many countries that they are making wine. For example, like Italy, there is country that is making Italy, French, Australia, South Africa, Georgia, American, and you can name all of them. But each and every country, whichever wine they are making, they're not gonna be the same like the other wines. Argentina, Chile, all those. Even in Kenya, we have wine in Kenya. It's only that we have not gone much more deeper about it, because in Kenya we always know Kirose, we always know Tusker, we always know all those things, etc., etc. So the topic of today, I want to take you through three basic things that you need to know when you're going to have your wine. For those people who really love to have a glass of wine, but you may not know which kind of wine you should go for or which kind of wine you should order. For example, there is 3 different category of white wine, and there is a 3 different category of red wine. But today I want us to talk about 3 different category of white wine, and next time we're gonna talk about 3 different category of red wine. So today we are talking about light and fruity wine. We're gonna talk about the medium dry, and we're gonna talk about the dry wine. So when it's come about the light and fruity wine, it doesn't mean that when you say light and fruity, it's right in alcohol or it doesn't have alcohol. All the wine is contain alcohol, because wine is from fermented juice, which is it's from the grape juice, where it's been added sugar and it's been added yeast, and it has been put for the fermentation process. That is what it's wine. But there are so many processes to make this wine, but each country that they are making wine represent itself in a very different way. And all the wine, they are not from the same type of grape. Yeah, all the wine, they are red wine. All the wines, like the white wines, they are not from the same type of grape. For example, when we talk about the light and fruity wine, we talk about something, we call it Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio, it's a type of grape. And this Pinot Grigio, it started in Italy. So if you find a Pinot Grigio from Italy, they are always light and fruity. But any other country that, like Australia, American, South Africa, Argentina, Chile, yeah, they can have Pinot Grigio. But their Pinot Grigio, it's gonna be totally different with the Italian Pinot Grigio, because remember, Italy, they are the originality people who started harvesting the Pinot Grigio grapes, started growing in Italy, and this is like their original grape from Italy. And all the Pinot Grigio, they are not the same. They are those kind of Pinot Grigio, they may be very light, so easy drinking, very fruity. But some of the Australian Pinot Grigio and American Pinot Grigio, they are on the sweeter side. They are on the sweeter side. American Pinot Grigio, Australian Pinot Grigio, it's depend on which region is it coming from, and which process did they use to make that kind of wine. Because each and every wine, it has been made from specific kind of grape, and some of the wine, they are blend with a different type of grape. So for for the beginner, those people who are beginning to drink wine and you don't want to go for something heavy, especially if you want to go for the white wine and you're looking for something fruity, we normally recommend for you should look for something which is Pinot Grigio, because Pinot Grigio are so easy, are so smooth, and they're very soft, so easy drinking. And some of the Pinot Grigio on the finish, it has kind of like a sweetness, citron flavor. That is Pinot Grigio. And when I say Pinot Grigio, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? This Pinot Grigio, it's from Italy. And if you can see the bottle, you may say the bottle, it's like empty. But this is a full bottle of wine. I don't know if you guys can see it. That is it. That is what it's called, Pinot Grigio. So if you want to have a glass of wine and you don't want to have something too acidity, you don't want to have something too strong on taste on white wine, this is it. And this is the kind of the wine that you can have with a very light meal. Shatuka sweetie. I'll read the comment later. This is the kind of the wine that you can have with a very light meal, because we're gonna talk about how you can balance your food with wine. But I wanna talk about these 3 different type of grape, and then we're gonna talk about how you can have them. So this is it. So that is Pinot Grigio, very light, very fruity, easy to drink, and it's originality from North Italy. So second question, people they always go on a liquor store or maybe on a restaurant and they want to buy a bottle of wine. When they go there, they say they want a white wine. But which kind of white wine are you looking for? Or which kind of white wine do you want to have? So you have to understand. This is the most important thing that you need to know. When you're having your glass of wine, the most important thing you need to know is the type of grape. Because, for example, this wine is Italia. That is the name of the wine, and that is the grape. And the vintage, it's there. That is, I don't know if you guys can see. That is it. Pinot Grigio, Italia. And the vintage is 2018. So the thing that you need to know on your wine is the type of grape. Because you may travel in a different country and they don't have the same bottle of wine. But they may have a different type. They may have the same grape from the same region. They're gonna be same, but the taste is gonna be a little bit different. But the most important, you need to know when you're having your glass of wine, which type of grape is it. So stop going to the restaurant and say that I just want to have a sweet wine. Yeah, you want to have a sweet wine, but it's good also to know why is it sweet. Because this is the type of the grape, and this kind of grape, it's very ripe and it's very fruity. So that is what we call it, Pinot Grigio, and it's originality from Italy. But other countries, they do have Pinot Grigio, like French, they do have Pinot Grigio. But most of the Pinot Grigio from French, they pronounce it like Pinot Gris. So this is original Pinot Grigio, which is very light and very fruity. Okay? So if you are wine drinker and you don't know what to drink, or you don't know what you should have and which time or at which moment, understand the category of those level of which one is light and fruity, which one is on the medium dry, and which one on the dry side. Okay, I have 3 bottles of wine, but I'm not gonna open 3 of them. I may just open one, and we'll try to look like we'll try to train our nose, because the first thing when you open a bottle of wine, you should smell it. You should smell it. But some of the wines, they're different. If you can see this is cup. It's so easy, open. But some of the wines, they have the cork, which one you need to use the wine opener. So when you use the wine opener, when you open, the first thing we normally smell is the cork. Maybe sometimes you'll go to the restaurant and maybe the waitress or waiters, they are serving you a bottle of wine. They have opened the cork, they have smelled it, and you'll be surprised. What is it, or what are they trying to do when they open your bottle of wine and they are smelling the cork? We need to smell the cork because we need to know whether the wine is corked or whether the wine is okay. And how you will know your wine if it's corked or it's okay? Once you smell the cork, it's supposed to smell wine. It's supposed to give you that smell of wine. But if that cork, it's just smelling the dryness of cork, there is no even need of tasting that wine. That wine, it's already corked. And what do I mean when I say that wine, it's already corked? That means that wine, it's gonna taste something like you may not love it. It's gonna be like burning on your tongue, or it's gonna be something like vinaigrette. So that is why most of the people, like a professional sommelier, they'll open your wine, they'll open it and they'll smell the cork before they serve you the wine. So that is how you will know whether the wine is okay or whether the wine is not. And for you to know this thing, you need to train your nose, like the way we smell the perfume and etc, etc. Okay, so that is Pinot Grigio, light and fruity. Pinot Grigio, okay? P-I-N-O-T-G-L-I-O-G. Pinot Grigio, light and fruity. Remember, light and fruity. So if you want to go to the restaurant and you don't want to eat a heavy meal, maybe you want to have a soup, or maybe you want to have a salad and you just want to have a glass of wine. The difference between Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc, because Chardonnay, it's one of the very common grape. It has been aged in an oak barrel, and when the wine has been aged in an oak barrel, it's developed different kind of flavor. And where you'll find those wines, when you try it or when you taste it or when you smell those kind of wine, you may find those like smoke, or maybe you may find like caramel, the hazelnut, because of the oak barrel. And this is the one of it. So this is Sauvignon Blanc. You guys, you can see it. That is the Sauvignon Blanc. This is the Espira Sauvignon Blanc. It's from Chile, and this is the one is medium dry. So there are those people, they always wanna have a glass of wine, but it's not too dry and it's not too light. So this is the perfect one, the Sauvignon Blanc, which is medium dry, but it also depends where is it from and which method they use to make that wine. Because some of the Sauvignon Blanc, especially like a Sauvignon Blanc from South Africa, some of them, they are a little bit on dry side. So Sauvignon Blanc, it's medium, and Sauvignon Blanc, that is the medium side, okay? But also it depends where is it from. If it's from Chile, because Chile, it's a big country, so it's coming from north, it's coming from south, or is it coming from east, and which method did they use to make that wine? That is what make a difference, okay? And also there are those kind of Sauvignon Blanc, they are dry but they are so easy drinking. If you'll find a Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough region, it's in New Zealand, and this, they are well known with a very nice Sauvignon Blanc, little bit fruity, so easy, and alcohol, very soft, very easy drinking. If you'll get Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, from Marlborough region, okay? Now the last one, it's Chardonnay. Chardonnay, it's one of the very, very common grape, and some of the people, they always say, I want Chardonnay, but they may not know the Chardonnay, it's a type of grape. And people, they always say, I just want to have a white wine, but they want Chardonnay. Yeah, it's Chardonnay, but Chardonnay, it's a type. Chardonnay, they are always dry, but also it depends where is it from and which method did they use to make that wine. Like this Chardonnay here, the one I have, this is American Chardonnay, the Woodbridge. You guys can see the Woodbridge Chardonnay. So this Woodbridge Chardonnay, it's by private it's by Robert Mondavi. Robert Mondavi, he's the one of the biggest winery, or one of the biggest wine supplier in America. but this is American wine. Also, America, they're really very good in wine, but it depends where is it from. Is it from South America? Is it from North America? Is it from East America? Or is it from West America? Like this one is from California. Okay, this is a Californian Chardonnay. And this Chardonnay, it has been aged in an American oak barrel, and then 6 months before they transfer it, before they bottle, they transfer it to French oak barrel, because most of the wine industry, most of the time they don't use French barrel, because they normally use American barrel, and they say American barrel, it gives flavor very fast. But some of the country also, or some of the region, they might use American barrel, but 6 months before they bottle, they transfer it to French barrel. So that is what we call Chardonnay. So Chardonnay, it's on the full-bodied side. So this is the kind of the wine that you're gonna have with the grape, okay, seafood, Chardonnay. You wanna have with any heavy food, Chardonnay, okay? That is a Chardonnay from California. Now, we have talked about 3 types of grape here. We have talked about Sauvignon Blanc, which on the medium dry side. We have talked about the Pinot Grigio, which is very light and fruity. And the last one, we have talked about Chardonnay. Now, which kind of wine should we have when you're just feeling like you want to relax at home and you just want to have a glass of wine and you don't want to have food? You always go for the Pinot Grigio because it's not too heavy. Because it's not good to have wine when you're on an empty stomach. Just bite something. So if you want to just relax at home and have a chat with your friend and just have a glass of wine, just go for the Pinot Grigio because it's very light, so easy to drink, chill it nicely and enjoy it. And if you want to go to the restaurant and you just want to go and have a light meal, you don't want to have a heavy food, just go for the glass of Sauvignon Blanc. But remember, it depends where is it from, because even the Pinot Grigio, those Pinot Grigio, they are on the medium category. It's not all the Pinot Grigio wines, they are light and fruity. Their Pinot Grigio, yes, they are light, but it's not that too much fruity. Some of the Pinot Grigio, they get so closer to Sauvignon Blanc, because it depends on which region is it coming from and which method did they use to make that wine. Okay, now how should you balance your meal and your wine? That is another question people they always ask. How should you balance your meal with your wine? There are those people, they just really want to have a glass of food with their a glass of wine with their food. For example, like you cannot have a light wine and you want to have a heavy meal, because you're not going to enjoy your wine. You'll feel the wine is flat. So you have to balance. If you want to have a light meal, you should go for the light wine. If you want to have a heavy meal, you should go for the heavy wine, because when you have a heavy meal and you have a light wine, the meal taste and flavor is gonna affect the taste of wine, and you feel the wine is on flat. It's not giving you any flavor, it's not giving you any taste. But when you have a heavy meal like a grilled chicken, you cannot have a grilled chicken and you go for the glass of Pinot Grigio. You'll not enjoy it. You'll feel like you are not getting that, that taste, the perfect taste, the perfect texture. So you should go for, when you want to have a heavy meal, always go for the heavy wine. If you want to have a light meal, then go for the light wine. You can also have a grilled chicken and have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. That's fine, because Sauvignon Blanc, it's medium and it's dry. It's medium dry side. But you can have a lamb chop, but the lamb chops, it has that the richness, so you need something at least goes very well with that richness to clear the palate and to give you back the perfect flavor. So Whenever you're having your meal, if it's a light meal, always go for the light wine. Whenever you're having your meal, if it's a heavy meal, you always go for the heavy. It's always balanced to each other, because you cannot have heavy here and then you want to have a light wine. You're gonna feel some either wine is gonna affect the taste of the wine, the taste of the food, or either food is gonna the taste of wine. That is how it should go. It's very simple, very, very simple. Light and fruity, medium dry to the dry side. When it's come to the white, Pinot Grigio is the light and fruity, Sauvignon Blanc, and then Chardonnay is the dry side. Okay, and that is how we should balance our wine and the food. Okay, I hope we are all taking notes. I hope we are all taking notes, but I'm not saying that now this is where we are coming from now. I want to tell you something, but this, I'm just saying it for the sake of saying it. I don't want to make a decision for anyone, because here everybody will be judged. There are people, they always say, what is wine? Wine is not bad, wine is not good, we should drink wine, we should have wine. Now, there is an advantage of having a glass of wine, and there is a disadvantage of having a glass of wine. Like a professional way, it's supposed to be a 3 units for a woman and 4 units for a man. When I say 3 units for a woman, that means maybe 3 glasses of wine a day. But the problem comes in when people, they just want to have 2 bottles of wine per day or 3 bottles of wine per day. But health-wise, it's supposed to be 3 units for a woman, and these 3 units, it's supposed to be 150. When you're pouring your wine, some of the people, they pour their wine until on top. No, you're not gonna count that like a 3 units. You're supposed to pour your wine until 150. Okay, not pour it until when it's come on top. It's supposed to be 150. So when you pour 150, that equals to 3 units per day. That is the health wise. Okay, and for the men, it's supposed to be 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units. So 4 units, that is 1 day. And 4 units, probably it's like 1 bottle of wine, because 1 bottle is equal to 4 to 5 glasses. It depends on how you're pouring. And this is not me. The doctor said. The doctor said when you have a glass of wine, it reduces the chances of getting the diabetes and sugar on. It reduces the chances of getting. Nema Grace, I can see you. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a wine talk today. So, when you have a glass of wine, it's reduced the chances of getting the diabetes and sugar on early age. But I'm just giving you a little bit of basic that I know, but I'm not advising you and I'm not encouraging you, because the decision will be yours. Okay, so when you have a glass of wine, it reduces the chances of getting there. Those kind of sickness, the diabetes, the sugar, etc., on early ages. And we always have, whenever we are eating our food, we always eat, and after we finish, we drink water. And without that water, it will help us to digest. But I'm sure some of us, when we eat and then we drink water, when we eat and then we drink a glass of water, we feel like we are so full and like discomfort, something like that. Because when you eat and you drink water, it's not helping direct digest your food. It's like you put the wall here and you pile it with another wall. Okay, so when you eat food and you top up with a glass of water and you thought that water is good, water is life, But when you eat food and you top up with a glass of water and you know that is helping to digest your food fast, I'm not a doctor, but we always feel we are so full. We always feel like our discomfort. We feel like we have gas on our stomach because you put the wall of food here and you top up again with a wall of water. But for those who always drink wine, I want you to exercise. When you eat your meal, have a glass of wine and relax. It really helps your food to digest very fast. But I'm not encouraging anyone here. I'm just giving a basic of knowledge that I know. It helps to digest your food very fast when you drink a glass of wine. And one glass of wine, it works on your body for 4 hours, like you can go for the gym, work out for 4 hours. It works on your body for 4 hours, one glass of wine. But for those who always go for a gym, I'm not advising you to stop going for a gym and you start drinking wine. No, when you drink a glass of wine, it works in your body for 4 hours, one glass of wine. Okay, because it burns the calories, but also it depends actually, because in these days people are making so many things and we don't know which kind of wine is there in the market. That's why it's not easier to advise people to drink wine. It's not easier to tell people the wine is good. It's not easier to tell people you should have a glass of wine after this, after this, after this. Why? Because we don't know what is there in the market. Because some of the country or some of the people, I'm not judging or I'm not saying, but some of the people, because we want to make money for a fast, they don't want to follow the same procedure the way it's supposed to be. Because the good wine, it's supposed to be made from the grape, it's come from the yeast and sugar, those three things. There is no chemical be added there. There is no that one. There is no this one. And that's why you find there is so many cases, there is so many issues with the alcohol industry, because people, they want to go to the market and get the cheaper things without even thinking what they are having. It's good also for your health wise. It's very easy. You can make wine at your home. It's very easy, but I'm not telling you, because I know some of you, you're really waiting for that one, that you can start making wine. It's very easy to get a grape. Yeah, you can find a grape anywhere in the world and make wine at your house. But it's very nice. I'm not saying it's very nice, but let us know what is there in the market. Let us know what is going in our stomach, because that is very, 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 very important. There are those people who always say wine it's not bad, wine is not, yeah, wine is not bad, but it depends with you. How do you take it? Because people, they normally misuse it, because you're not gonna tell me wine is not bad and you're drinking 3 bottles of wine every day, 4 bottles of wine every day, and you're saying this is health wise. My friend, no. If you want to drink a glass of wine health wise, if you drink it 3 glasses, and it should be maybe 4, that 4, maybe it's like 1 bottle, 24 hours. But these days you find there are some people, they even drink like 3 bottles of wine in one day, 4 bottles of wine in one day, and still you want me to stand and tell people the wine is not bad. We don't encourage that. But the end of it, the decision, it's yours. But all the wines, they are not bad, but the decision, it's yours, because you're responsible for your life. I'm not responsible for your life. I'm responsible for my life. So people, they always say wine is that, wine is this, wine is that. What is wine? What is this? Wine is this. Wine. It's good to know what you're having. Stop going to the restaurant and just asking, I just want to have a glass of white wine. Yes, a glass of white wine, but which kind of white wine do you want to have? Do you want to have a dry wine? Do you want to have a medium dry? Do you want to have a light and fruity wine? Try to understand those 3 basic things. If you want to go for the fruity wine, go for the Pinot Grigio. If you want to go for the medium dry wine, go for the Sauvignon Blanc. If you want to have a dry wine, go for the Chardonnay. Because the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna be judged. It's not me. So I'm not here to tell you that you should drink wine because wine is good. I'm just giving you the basic of what I know about wine. And you know, there are those kind of the wine when you drink, you feel like they are opening your pores. It's helped the blood circulation as well. Okay. So let's check on this Pinot Grigio, and I'm gonna train you how you should. It's not a must you drink wine, but you can know by the by smelling. You can use your nose. Okay, so this is it. I don't want people to say that I bring the empty bottles. This is it. I'm gonna open it, and here it is. This is Pinot Grigio. Okay. If you can see, it's very, very light in color. So the normal way you should know your wine, that is it. If you guys can see, this is very, very, very clear, and it's very, very light in color. So this is the way you should know which type of wine it is. When you stir it like this, you should look on these drops. You see? When you do your wine like this, if you want to know which kind of body it is, that wine, is it dry, is it medium dry, is it light and fruity, you can even tell even without. Okay, because you just need to shake it a little bit like this, stir it, and then you check on this drop. So yes, when you stir your wine like this and you see it's they're dropping very fast, that means that wine is on the right and it's very light, it's on the right side. But there are some wine, when you do like this, it will take maybe a little bit of second to drop it down. That is how you understand the body of the wine. Okay. And the second thing, this one we always call it appearance of the wine. So the appearance of the wine, they are always different. If you can tell this one is clear, the color is so clear. But some of the wine, when you pour it on the glass, the appearance, you will see it's a lemon yellow, or maybe it's yellowish something, like a straw, because it depends on which type of grape it is. So this one, it's very clear, you can see it. And the second, this is the first way of tasting your wine, of checking your wine. So when you're pouring your wine on the glass, the first thing you should look, it's appearance of wine. Okay, that is the first thing you should look, the appearance of wine. Okay, so you can tell. This is very clean, very clear. And then we go for the acidity. So there it's where you can tell whether it's pale, whether it's medium, or it's deeper. So this one you can even tell. Now when it's come to the color, I don't know how you can call this color, but for me it's too clear. And the second thing, when it's come for the wine testing, you should smell your wine. Now, when it's come to the smell, hey, you have to train your nose. When it's come to the smell of wine, you have to train your nose, because once you smell your wine, you can tell. So let's do a deep breath and relax, and just take your glass and smell it.